Yo, check this out. Sit down. The lesson begins now.
We are live on the mic. The crowd favorite, DJ Duss, is in the building.
All right. Happy New Year, everybody. It's my first show back. I know I took 3 weeks off, but that's what happens when you own your own podcast. I'm your host, DJ Duss. I got a new co-host for the new year. Suraya, how you doing? Thank you so much.
I'm doing amazing. And I never gave you permission to take 3 weeks off. We should talk about that later.
Well, see, I was waiting
That's a
for
lot.
you to exist. I was waiting for you to exist. And then I was like, because every year I put the show together and I'm always like, you just recap the year before. So you're like, I need something new.
Sometimes I try not to. I don't want to remember.
Don't get me wrong. I'm never impressed with my recap. I never said that. But it's like, I got to slightly improve what I need, the podcast itself. And then I was like, okay, what do I want to do? How do I want to do this? And then you showed up in my life on TikTok. And I was like, who is this person? What is this? I'm like, she doesn't exist. She doesn't exist. And then here she is. So I was super happy. And I'm like, this is what I've been looking for. I love Bam Bam. Bam Bam's my old co-host. I'm still going to have him on to talk about certain things. Trust me, Bam's not motivated to be a co-host. He's the first one to tell you guys. I'm like, I need someone different. And trust me, people, this woman is completely different. Sorry, can you tell me a bit about yourself or the people that are listening?
Oh, you're doing a great job. I'll just sit here and look pretty if you want to keep going.
See, that's what it is. You guys look over there while I talk,
Well, thank you for having me on your podcast. My name is Suraya Sophia. I'm a spiritual healer. I also am in the business and real estate world. So I get the opportunity to be a human and I get the opportunity to practice the spiritual aspect of my existence. I'm based in Vancouver, Toronto, Las Vegas, Vancouver, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But I'm here now and I'm excited to talk about whatever comes up.
I know. I love chatting with you. Even when we talk real quick, I love like your opinions and stuff. And I think podcasting needs to have opinions. Everyone has an opinion. I find the world a little bit too politically correct.
No, really?
And it sucks because if you're politically correct and you're listening to a show, you don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? You kind of want something a little edgy. And don't get me wrong. Out of I had the Shooting the Shit podcast and then the Live on the Mic podcast. And in all fairness, I only had one video taken down. That's not bad.
You were not being open enough if you only got one taken out.
I don't know if I ever told you it was my first Live on the Mic podcast. It was my transitional thing. It was January of last year. It's my Live on the Podcast, episode 1. We have the truckers convoy, and I'm like, all right, cool. And me and Bam start debating. He says they should just fuck off and go home already. And I said, sometimes when you're in too deep, you just got to stay. Okay. That was the argument. Sometimes you're just, when you're just in too deep, you're like, fuck, I got to make my point. I got to stay here. They took it down and it was next time I'll take the guideline. I'll bring it up. It was something to do with, we are giving out false medical advice.
Okay.
So there's an appeal button. Sorry, there's an appeal button. I clicked the appeal button.
They never work though. They never work.
It's an immediate rejection.
Instagram. It doesn't work. So I don't even bother anymore.
I wish I could appeal it. And even if they don't look at it, like if they would have said, no, you're wrong 4 days later, I would have felt like someone actually looked at it.
Honestly, appealing that is like appealing with the city parking, like City of Vancouver. Don't even bother. Just damn pay for the parking. There's no point.
It's a good gimmick, the parking ticket. It's do you want to fight your $65 ticket? Sure. Cool. You have to take the day off work. Oh, well, that's a bigger loss.
Yeah, but if you pay for your parking to begin with, and I'm saying this because I'm in the parking industry.
Ooh.
I am. If you pay for your parking, honey, you won't have to be doing that. So let's go there. But
I've been good. I've been good. I've been good with tickets. I think I've been good.
So you may have. Let's talk about some fun stuff. You may have done this before. You may have said this before. But what is your name, DJ Duss? What does it mean? And I'll tell you mine after.
Okay, so it's technically DJ Duss. Everyone pronounce it the way it's spelt, Duss, D-U-S-S. And it was because back in high school, no, my last name's Dussiome.
Oh no, I was gonna say deuces, like peace out.
No. It was
No?
so
Okay.
people in it the way it's spelt in French. It's people thought it was Italian to Sammy. So it was butchered my whole life. So when I used to go to the doctor's office, I was expecting my butchered name to be called, and I knew it was me. Never been offended. Can't fucking pronounce it. It's fine. So growing up, it was like Joey Deuce. Deuce, because it was easier to just be like, because there's so many Joeys in our school anyways, right? So it was Joey Deuce, and it
Well,
stuck.
mine beats yours. Mine beats yours. Mine was Soraya, which is a beautiful name. It's a
Absolutely.
Latin and Arabic name. It means the cluster of seven stars, the Orion's belt, which I am one of the sisters of the Orions that I believe in my spiritual practice. But in high school, when we had just moved to Canada, nobody obviously knew Soraya. I used to get called psoriasis, and if you ever repeat it, I will
Oh,
personally kill you in your
I
sleep.
never thought about it.
Dude, it was horrible, and I obviously didn't know what it meant. So I was
I
like,
never
okay.
even thought about it.
But if you think about it, I will haunt you in your
I
dream.
love it because your name is like, for me it
It's
sounds sweet.
beautiful.
It's beautiful, exactly.
Beautiful.
And it's also like you have a name that you can just spell out the syllables and it actually says your name. Right?
I know.
So, right. Yeah. I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm Joey. So, obviously, I was born as a fucking kangaroo, I guess. I don't know, because that's
I
what made
had
me
a
king.
comment, but again, if I made a comment on that, your video would get posted down.
I just knew when I was like 7 learning about animals, like, a baby kangaroo is called Joey. And I was like, God damn it. My parents didn't do any
Thanks,
research
mom.
on this.
Thanks, mom.
No research on this one. I'm like, thanks. And I had to like point
But
my finger at people like, shut the fuck up. Don't call me this, but
but jokes aside, dude, I don't know why I'm saying dude. You know why? Because it's so different. This
because you're going
this
to
podcast.
California.
No, because this podcast is so different from the ones I do for the healing work, which is a lot more in the spiritual side, and this
Hmm.
is more third dimensional. Be a human. And for all of you listening, what we talk about third dimensional is Earth is 3D, so third dimension, and then there's 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8. God knows how much longer. So, and in the spiritual realm, if you are spiritual, you would know this, time and space doesn't exist. So you have the ability to transcend time. So anytime you hear us talking about these things, if you don't know what it means, send us a note and we'll try
Absolutely.
to answer it. But I
Always
don't have
pop up.
my contact song, so you're gonna have to explain what it says.
I'll have to read. So I have to have. I'm a terrible reader with people terribly spelling these questions. This is going to be a great podcast.
And your co-host is blind, so we're good.
We're starting off the show real well. It was funny. Funny you talking about reading. I had we're talking. When you meet up with high school friends and you start bringing up old teachers, and we had my buddy's like, "Do you remember Mrs. Go?" And I'm like, "Mrs. Go." I'm like, "Oh yeah, the Asian musician. Like she did. We taught us music in grade 7. First of all, in grade 7, I have no attention span.
Her name was Go,
Go, yeah, yeah.
Go.
That's it.
Do you
Yeah.
know what that word means in Farsi? I won't say it because we'll get in trouble. I'll tell you later after.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't. I
I'll
just
tell you
she
after.
she wasn't very nice, and you know what I mean. I grew up through majority of my elementary school in a French school, and then in grade 5, I went to an English school closer to my house, and of course I knew to
And here, I
speak.
thought I had a bad childhood.
Trust me. So now I go picture this grade 5. I go to an English school, but they know my English isn't so strong, so they stick me in like the kids that are not very good at English, which is fair. But also the kids are not very good at English. They also are sent to not a very good French program, but I'm excellent in French. So I'm diminishing in French, not learning anything in English. So I'm like, this isn't going very well, right? So, anyways, I get into grade 7, and this lady expects me to read notes, and I'm still trying to read letters, and I'm like, this isn't going too well, right? So
That explains everything right now about you, honey. I'm just like, everyone is like, that makes sense.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're
For
welcome.
anyone that hasn't really known where the hell I'm going with my life, this is a bit of my past.
There we go.
So I
And it
made a
took how
joke.
many episodes to get to this?
So I'm probably 200 now, something like that. So I made a joke about my friend. They gave us a recorder, a flute recorder. Doo-doo-doo, she gives me one of those, and I made a joke with him yesterday, and I said, I don't know what she wanted me to do. I eat box, I don't blow recorders. And then he died laughing. So, but I wasn't very good at class, and Mrs. Gold wasn't very nice.
Well, I'm sorry. We
It's very
send
good.
love to Mrs. Go.
Yeah, I gotta meet her again. I
I
gotta be
hope
like,
she's not watching this because she's gonna be hurt. Imagine you were that.
no, she hurt my ego and feelings, you know?
No, you didn't have it bad. You honestly, people in North America, and I mean this with so much love, you guys are, we are all so damn entitled.
Yeah,
Like you
absolutely.
poor thing where
Yeah.
Mrs. Go. When I was in school in Middle East and Central Asia,
Uh-huh.
I write with left. And apparently only witches and darker people.
What?
I mean, explains everything about me. So what the teachers would do is they would take a pencil and they would put it in between your finger and squeeze it. And I'm a stubborn. There's no way you can stop me from doing something that I want to do. So I started learning to write with both.
Okay, hold on a second. Because in Arabic writing, you write from right to left anyways, right?
But who said I was learning Arabic?
Oh, I don't know. That's my assumption.
See, this is what you do when you assume. You make an ass of you and me.
Oh, the
I
biggest over here. The biggest.
Thank you.
My
I
whole life.
studied. Actually studied English.
I was trying to help you out with your left hand, by the way.
No, honey. I think you need help with your left hand.
I need help with everything. What are you talking about? so left. I just figured if you go from right to left, you'd rather be left-handed so you don't get all that ink on your hand, right?
Yes,
Like,
but
that
we
was
have
my-
it easy. We have it easy. When I came to Canada, I think I was depressed for 3 years because we went from like a school and discipline and uniforms, and I mean, I
Okay.
didn't learn anything. And then when I went to school here, grade 7 in Vancouver, like the teacher would walk in and the students will like throw stuff at them. And I remember going home to my parents and be like, please take me back to wherever the heck we came from, but I don't want to
Imagine
be
that.
here. And then you get bullied and you call it psoriasis. But I turned out pretty damn good. I
Yes.
turned out pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome. Very strong, independent, beautiful. Yeah, so those suckers back in school, they're suckers. They're suckers. I found we were talking about because one of my friend's kids, it's Alex DJ One Up. He's been on the show before. He's actually one of the main. I'll call him the main sponsor. He's the one that bought my main mixer for this podcast, right? So big supporter.
Thank you.
And his kids, one of them got into grade 7. So I'm putting myself back into that year, grade 7. And I remember being from this little school into a bigger school, and I remember being like it felt like I was like,
No, it's not the comparison. You can't even compare you and I in grade 7. I mean, you're like eons older than me, but grade 7 now is not the
guys.
same. They have iPads and they learn coding when you and I were learning how to do woodworking.
he was,
it's very
he was,
different
yeah, he
nowadays.
was, but he's very happy in there. Where I felt like I every Monday I had to go to school. I thought I'd have to like get into a huge
Because you
fight
were
or
street
protect
smart.
people. We
You were
what?
street smart. You were street smart. We were street smart.
We
Like there's book smart and street smart.
It was a lot
I
of
did go
killers
to-
at our school. It felt like there was a lot of killers. Now I think there's a lot of huggers that are at school now, which is better. Don't get me wrong. Less violence is good. I just found when
Hugs
I
are
was there,
free.
and now I'm
Hugs
just
are
like,
free.
I don't know. It's a little bit scared. You brought up a question when we were just talking about getting you on the podcast, and you brought up a quick topic. You know, you're like, what is life and what is our purpose? And you
No,
had
you
me.
brought it up.
No, I didn't. I brought it up now. You brought it up then. I got text messages, guys. I got receipts here. But you had me thinking. But can you break down would be your life and your purpose? What should people build? Because people they're on automatic. Get up at
Autopilot.
7,
Yeah.
go to work, come home, dinner, kids, homework, bed, restart. Isn't that true? Isn't that what people like? You see people like, damn.
100%. 100%.
Now, is that really what people's purpose? Is that really what it's for? Is that really what they do? Is that what their purpose is?
So I'm going to answer this question and it's going to take some time. So sit back and relax.
All right, break time.
8 billion plus of us here on Earth.
That's right.
As for, maybe more. Each and every one of us, and this is my belief, you don't have to agree to it, but if it feels right in your gut, then that means that you resonate with that thought as well.
Okay.
Before each and every one of us, so I'll use myself as an example. Before I came on Earth, March 8th, 19, blah, 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 at 10 a.m. in Kabul, Afghanistan, I had already chosen with my creator, whomever you believe in. I believe there's one creator. We all pray to that God in our own ways. You do you, I do me. I'll respect you no matter what.
Absolutely.
So me and my creator, my father, my mother decided that I was going to be born on March 8th. On the 20 whatever January, we're going to do this. And my life is every trauma, every 16 years of eating disorder, depression, anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
working through the corporate ladder as a woman in a very, very male dominated industry. My lovers, my friends, my pet, I had already chosen each and every one of them. I already chose with my creator the day I'm going to die and how I'm going to die. I don't know that, but it was chosen. But this was the story that I created because I needed to experience life. I needed to experience the elements of air, water, fire, ether, earth. I needed to feel what it's like to be loved and also be hurt. I needed to scent, to smell. So all of us came for that. So that's our purpose. We all have that one thing to live,
Okay.
to be, to exist. But then each and every one of us have our own individual purpose. Mine has been, from the as far as I can remember, has been to be the conduit of healing. Conduit meaning the energy comes from the above. I'm just a human being like you, made of the same love, same energy, same compassion.
Okay.
It took me 16 years to get to this path. But if I choose not to do it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to hell nor heaven. It's my experience. It's an
Okay. I
earth
see.
school. It's an
Okay.
earth school, grade
Yeah.
1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. And then what happens when you graduate? I don't know. Maybe you become a guide, or maybe you become an angel, maybe you become a prophet. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But life is not meant to be on autopilot,
I know.
because
I
we are
agree.
meant to feel, we're meant to cry. How many times have you seen a guy cry and you would be like, dude, don't cry, men don't cry?
All the time.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
All the time.
Every man should cry, because I find it so damn attractive if I can see somebody, a man, open up his heart. But that's the programming. You
Yeah, it
have
is a
to.
programming. Yes.
And we are now in a place, and that's why the pandemic happened, forced us in to deal with the damn skeletons in your closet.
Mm.
That's why depression actually increased, anxiety increased, suicide rates increased after the pandemic. Not because people were dying of the vaccine, they were dying of the fear of it, and that they were actually dealing with trauma that probably happened
Because
to
the
them when they were
autopilot was
5.
off at that time, right? So,
Thank you.
yeah.
So everything in life happens for you, not to you. And a lot of people are going to hate me for saying this, but the pandemic also happened because a lot of us figured out that we needed help. We
I like.
figured out that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to move in with your family. Like,
Mm-hmm.
people would leave at 17, 18.
That's
Everybody
right.
came back. The growth, the love, the compassion, the vibration of Earth's frequency raised, actually. If you read what's really there and not follow the fear-based programming that you get to do with your flipping of your channels,
Mm-hmm.
you actually see that your life is perfectly orchestrated.
That's so true. It's true.
I know. Yeah.
It's true. The pandemic was something. I loved it, and I don't mean I loved like people suffering. I mean on a selfish, personal opinion. My job at that time was delivering plumbing supplies with a big truck. It was like there was no traffic, so I was like that one bullshit part of my job was gone. It was out of the way. So I was like, I get to some places and then they would wave at me and be like, oh, stay away, we'll unload your truck. And I was like, this is fantastic. I had the the best bubble I was in. You know what I mean? Like it was like, sure, I would have loved to do other things, obviously restaurants and socialize a little more, but I mean, majority of the time it was fantastic for me. I appreciated it. I appreciated it. Now I get it. We were saying, but the autopilot, I find you're right, because I find people, when you took away that, you have to start facing the realities of some stuff.
Amen.
My
And
God.
nobody wants to face reality. And the only way to grow, is to let yourself burn, just like the phoenix. I have
Interesting.
fallen and burned 100 million times. That does not mean I'm weak. That means that I'm strong, that I was able to grow again and again and again. But that doesn't mean that I don't fail. I have my days at least once a week where I sit here and I'm like, oh my God, what's happening?
Oh yeah,
But
that's normal.
but that feeling, that awareness of, oh my, what's happening? That's the whole reason you're here.
What
Awareness.
what
Feel.
day was it when you realized that you wanted, or really your spiritual healing was your path? Like, what day was that?
Uh, March 8th, 1984, when I was born. No, I'm kidding. I think it was about 20 years ago. I was
Yeah.
19. I was 19 years old, just freshly out of high school and going into college. And I wanted to study. My parents are Muslim, and I wanted to study that more. And I wanted to study different religions. So I studied
Hmm.
Islam, Christianity, and I read them all in English, Buddhism, Sikhism. And I came to the realization that they're all the same. It's all about love. It's about compassion. It's about
That's right.
being good. And having a good heart means God is in your heart. And that's how you can be whole and connected and aligned. And that was when I was still doing corporate. I worked through the corporate ladder, corporate Canada or corporate America, and I was able to balance both. And it's the most exciting adventure of life because, guys, you're not supposed to just be one thing. You're not supposed to be
Yeah.
DJ Duss, Suraya
Yeah.
Sophia,
Yeah.
the corporate this. We're meant to be everything. I am meant to be the daughter, the mom, the son, the lover, that a little bit of everything. That's why you're supposed to enjoy, because otherwise you're going to be sitting in your retirement deathbed and saying, damn, I wish I had done that. And the worst feeling, dollars to donuts, the worst feeling in life is regret. I guarantee
Oh,
you.
100%.
Yeah. So,
100%.
do you
Regret
have
is
any
definitely.
regrets, Joy?
Um,
No filter, remember.
no, I'm trying to think. Like,
Say it.
I've done like, like I've opened my own bar, and obviously I regretted not checking the building, but I mean, like, but I didn't regret the experience of it. Um, a lot of time I give people a lot of advice, and a lot of people are like, some people are like, oh, this guy thinks he knows everything. I'm like, no, I failed at everything.
Mhm.
Failed at everything to become good at something. Even failed at DJing. I was like, why the fuck are they not dancing to this song at this time? And I was like, then you have to like start putting yourselves in other people's shoes, and there's timing about everything. So I feel I have regrets of. Don't get me wrong. I think if I can go back 20 years, I'd reroute my path a little bit. You know.
Stop.
Oh.
That was a trick question, actually.
Oh,
The
thanks. I
reason I
appreciate
asked
that.
the reason I asked you that there is there is no such thing as regret, because this is one of the biggest mistakes that us humans make is, I regret this, I regret that. The regret is an idea, it's a thought. And of course, if you don't do something, you're going to
Hmm.
feel that energy. But in your day-to-day life, take that out of your alignment, because the word regret is got the lower vibration.
Yeah,
Remember,
don't you?
it's
And you hang on to
frequency.
it, right?
No, it turns out to be a karma. So the next life you
Mm.
reincarnate, you're gonna have to work on being a really good damn DJ. So I have no regrets. Remember what I said to you. You chose this life before you came.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
who's your regret on yourself? So now
Yeah, of
you're like,
course, of
shit,
course.
I gotta go back and redo
Yeah.
it again.
You
So
you
you
brought up
have
some
no
last.
regrets.
You brought up something one time. You're like something about what's your thoughts about deja vu?
There's no deja vu.
There is none.
No.
No, nothing.
Deja vu is the experience you have had with that person. You have had your subs, or you're having it right now in a different dimension. Remember, there's multiple dimensions of existence. We are sucked in number three. It's the lowest vibration. That's why a lot of people have, no, wallahi, that's why a lot of people have anxiety and depression, because our souls are so pure and high vibration
Hmm.
that we suck into this little thing called earth, and we were like, why do I not feel comfortable? I guarantee you, a lot of you guys, girls hearing this, you're going to say, I've never felt comfortable on earth. Me too.
Interesting. What
We
about?
don't belong here.
Is there people that just suck the energy out of you? Those humans.
There's no such thing.
Come, I could.
There,
I'll introduce you to one for sure.
no. Allow, you keep cutting me off. Stop.
Sir. Yes.
There is no such thing as bad energy. Light needs darkness to balance. That's why there's day and night, there's the sun and the moon.
Hmm.
You need that. Otherwise, what's the point? If everybody was light and gaga goo goo, life is good, what the hell is the point of life? But what your purpose, what my purpose, what our purpose is, to be able to transmute the darkness into light.
Yeah, I like that.
Bam, that's
I
it.
like that.
But there is no darkness. If you think about dark energy, and
Yeah.
you're 100% bringing it to you, and shit will happen to you. But
Hmm.
I have the conviction that I am healthy, I'm standing in my best alignment, and everybody in my bloodline is carrying the same energy. I don't get
Nice.
sick and I don't age.
Yeah, yeah, that's fucking true.
And I don't say this as a joke, but really, I quote a lady named Dolores Cannon. You guys can watch her. There's a spiritual law that if you're in alignment with your purpose, you don't get sick and you don't age.
Look at
I
that.
didn't make that up.
Don't age. That's yeah. No one wants to age. You know, like
I do. You know, they asked Marilyn Monroe, would you rather die or age? She said, die.
really.
Yep.
God damn,
Yep.
that's crazy.
But she also, her purpose in life, her and I and Madonna have the same astrology birth chart. So
Okay.
our stars are
I was like,
exactly
where are
the
you
same.
going with this?
But we're all meant to use our gifts and talents to change the way society has been.
Mm,
And Madonna did that, just like a virgin, all her
yeah.
stuff. But Marilyn Monroe, rest in peace, she
Oh yeah.
couldn't because she never understood what self-love was. She was too busy finding out 7 marriages.
Yeah. God
Love me, love
damn.
me, love me, but never, I am love.
That's right.
You should learn to love me.
That's crazy. That's
So,
true.
so that's what I am trying to do is go back within. Forget love from outside. Forget men, forget women, whatever your gender preference is. Find out who you are. Find out who Soraya is when she was 5. Any part of your childhood, any part of your life that makes you feel, ugh, bingo, that's the one I want you to go back on. And if I can help you, it would be an honor to be a part of your life's journey.
Look at that. That's
That
good.
sounds so,
We need
and
people
that's
like
from
you
the
out
heart.
there. We need people like you.
There are
We
a lot of
do.
people like me. There are
That's
a lot of
good.
people like me. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just. I still think we got bloodsuckers around me, but that's just my opinion. That's just my
But
opinion.
even those bloodsuckers are people that you ask to come in so they can teach you how to have resilience and a backbone and push them away. They're not the bloodsuckers. They're a mirror for you on your journey and your
Ugh.
trajectory to your growth. I'm going to slap you anytime you say shit like that
What?
because they're
Well,
not
I'm so
bloodsuckers.
happy that this isn't live together side by side.
You would be on the
She's in
floor.
Vancouver, folks. I'm safe. Don't worry about it. We're good. We're good. I always wanted to ask this question to a woman. Bam was always my co-host, and it was hard to ask Bam. I still think Bam's too politically correct. I love the guy to death. But I still think, even if you might have agreed with me, we would have been two men agreeing to the same thing. I just need to ask you, what is considered cheating when it comes to a man and a woman? What is considered? What is the lowest form of cheating? And I don't mean lowest like meaning like dirtiest. I meant like that just hitting that thin line, you know, that just skipping that line. Like, what is cheating? What do you consider cheating?
I'll answer it in two different facets. As a human on
Yes.
3D, and as a spiritual soul having an earth time experience. As a human being, if you're in a committed relationship where both parties have
Mhm.
agreed on monogamy, even a text message, even a flirt in the office or an Instagram, whatever, that is considered cheating.
Ding. Okay, I agree.
But as a soul that has have had many experiences in life, that I've been able to experience and know beyond what's around here, I don't believe humans are meant to be monogamous because our souls are, we have so many soul contracts. One
Okay.
person is who you get along with emotionally, one is sexually, one is physically, one is mentally.
Yeah.
That's why the highest rate, the rate of divorce in the United States is 57%. Canada is so small they don't even they don't even consider us
Well, we
for
have a population
stats,
problem here, but yeah, okay. Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah.
it's about control, it's about us wanting to be free, and that, and I'm not trying to say go cheat, but our souls are meant to be free, it's meant to experience. But it's a personal preference, a
Hmm.
personal choice of your soul. That's why a lot of spiritual gurus were never married, because you become so entwined and connected to yourself and to what's
Hmm.
outside of you. And I'm not talking about other people, but the spiritual connection. So spiritually, you and I can have another show talking about souls, connections, past lives, soul twins, soul flames.
Yeah.
You don't have one soulmate. People are so they have
Obsessed
messed
with
it
it.
up. Hallmark has messed up this
I
whole
was just
thing. I
I
learned.
was just gonna ask you that's come from somewhere that if you
It's a
see some
Hallmark thing.
they're single, they're like, I'm looking for my soulmate. I'm like, Jesus Christ, stop it. It doesn't exist. Like,
No, no, it does. It does. It does. It does. Soulmates do exist. These
okay,
are souls that they have promised each other to come and fulfill a purpose on earth.
eight
You and
billion
I,
people.
yes.
8 billion.
Yeah.
What if my soulmate is in Australia?
But see, this
It's
is
never
the
gonna
problem.
happen.
No, but this is the problem. You're misinterpreting the word
That's what I do.
soulmate to a sexual
Okay,
relationship.
my bad.
It doesn't have to be a man and a woman. That's what I'm trying to tell you. A
Interesting.
soulmate could also be me and you creating something. We promise. What is a mate in
Yeah,
English in London? Mate, friend.
yeah, that's right.
But Hallmark and Valentine's and movies, it's made it as you have one soulmate, and if that doesn't happen, you're gonna live single for the rest of your life. BS. You have multiple soulmates. Some of them, your mentors, are your soulmates. Your best friends. Each of one of your ex-girlfriends are your soulmate
Oh
because
God,
they
no.
promised
No, no, I
to come
disagree.
into your life. I
Get out of
100%
here.
agree. Nope,
Stop
I
it.
guarantee you.
You're coming down to Ottawa. You got to meet a couple. That theory's gonna be thrown out the window. Alex has a question for us here. All right.
Go ahead, Alex.
Alex, do you think it's harder to maintain monogamous relationship in a society is so on demand? I guess it's yeah. I guess
Demand on what? Demand
well,
for what, Alex?
like Alex, demand. Like, do you mean like social media? Like, is that because everything's quick these days, right? Like, do you remember when we were kids? Like, we'd have to wait every week for a show to go on, and
Yeah.
like now I've
Rent
been.
movies.
I miss that. I miss that.
Yeah.
And now I binge watch anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. EI. He's asking example. He's talking about social media. I find everything's quicker. I find people are dating online before they're dating in real life.
Yes, absolutely. But that's what, again, these are all the ways that the society is being programmed, how to become more detached and how to become more stable and more in silos. How can I reprogram your mind to tell you this? So people are now on social media following, I have to get married at this age, I have to have children, I have to have a baby shower, and then all these stuff has to go on Facebook, just like Alex said.
Yes.
It's become a trend to get married. It's become a trend to have a baby, to have a baby shower and post
Like a
photos.
playbook. It was like a life playbook, right? School,
Well, the
graduation,
Rihanna's of the
girlfriend.
world posted, Beyonce and Rihanna. It's a trend. It's the way to reprogram your mind. So you're so busy with this stuff that you're not actually sitting down or going
Yeah.
outside, getting fresh air and connecting to Mother Earth. So the anxiety and depression is gone. So do you, if you want to be in a monogamous relationship, all power to you. Good for you. That's what makes you happy. But if you don't, then be honest with yourself and be honest with those around you, because that's the only way your soul and the society can grow.
I'm going to throw
I
something out.
love love. Like, I love love. I believe in love.
I
love
agree
love.
with
I love hard, but
I agree with everything you say, but now I find with society, we'll use government, we'll use anything. Do you find, let's say you and I get married, we're okay, we could probably be happier without each other, but financially, we're screwed. We're probably better together financially.
well, then I won't be marrying you, Dan.
She's so mean, guys. Jesus.
Well, look, you're
Fine.
gonna have high expectations. Careful of the words that come out of
I'm
your
just
mouth.
saying sometimes people are like, fuck, if I'm divorcing, or you know what I mean, and I got to go on my own, and then, houses, they were 300,000 12 years ago, and they're 700,000.
Or staying together for kids. That's the worst part.
We have a comment here from Dana. Well, that's what I've told my kids. Find out who you are and and do it on
you,
purpose.
Dana.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
I've always I'm not against anything with anybody doing anything. Like
We should have Dana come on next, because I think she should talk about to moms and dads of the world of how
facts.
important it is.
That's facts.
Yeah.
No, she could definitely do that. And you can hit us both up on Instagram. Yeah, Soraya the Healer, and then you got DJ underscore Deuce. That's DUSS. Yeah, hit us up. Yeah, we'd definitely like to get you on, or I could even get in. I can. I just gotta find out some wires. I know I can get someone calling in too. I'll figure something out.
Mind wires or computer wires?
No, like it's an actual wire that goes through the phone. You can get someone to call in, and then, but it's something to do on your end. It's not that good. That's why we never used it. But that's a whole nother story. I just find I always tell, like, there's friends of mine that are like, there's one guy, he's doing amazing, and he's like such a good guy, but he's miserable. He'll tell you to your face, I don't want to get married again, because this is the second one. Like, I don't want a divorce. So he has whatever game plan he has in his mind, and all I can tell him is, you have one life to live. Do it the best you can. Because I don't know what other advice I can give him. I don't want to be the jerk that says,
if you're listening to this, friend, what he just said, don't listen to that, okay? You don't have just one life to live. You have multiple lifetimes that you get to come in and experience life existence. And the best way to start a new relationship is not saying, I don't want to get divorced, because the universe doesn't understand if you're being sarcastic or if you're being fun. The universe is like a genie. What you say is like, ooh, I gotta go deliver.
okay.
That's your manifestation so powerful. So if you don't want a divorce, I'm looking forward to growing old with my partner. I'm looking forward to...
Impossible.
Well, that's what he's supposed to say, right? Because he has to change the mindset. Otherwise, he will end up in divorce again, because the universe doesn't know what you mean.
Some humans are disastrous. They're just meant to be disasters.
No,
I don't know what to tell you. This is what I witnessed.
You're being a negative Nelly.
No,
Don't be that.
I didn't make this disaster. I didn't make these
You're
disasters.
just contributing to it.
I'm just witnessing it. It's like watching a hurricane. You're like, damn, that's not looking too good. That's what I witnessed. I'm like a sports commentator. I'm like, ooh, that one's coming in hard. That's all I do. That's all I do. Soraya, there's so much more. I'm so happy. We have agreed that you're going to come on every 2 weeks. Every second week, we're going to have you back on. It's nice. It's refreshing to have a different thought, a different process. I really have to thank you for having you on. It's a true honor. Don't hold back. I know you told me that this is a different type of, area, setup. Don't hold back. If they haven't kicked me off yet, I doubt they'll kick you off. I think we'll be all right. For everyone that's listening, please subscribe to our YouTube page. We're also on all major streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. We're also live on, what is it? Twitter, Twitch. We're also now, I think we're on Instagram. Yeah, Twitch. Don't worry. The Twitch world the Twitch world is going to be the one that's going to comment like, hey, take off your shirt. I'm going to be rude here.
Is that like a dating app you're on?
No. Twitch is the video game streaming platform.
Oh, see, I don't know that. Yeah.
Okay, and the worst comments I've ever gotten were from Twitch fans. They're just, it's like, I'm going to be an asshole here. It's a nerdy kid that finally saw a pretty girl on Twitch and had to throw in a dirty comment. That's Twitch. And you're like, damn, I'm not popping that one up. You know what I mean? So, Soraya, thank you. We'll definitely have you back in a couple weeks. Alex, Dana, thanks for commenting. Please, if you guys have any more questions, feel free to let us know. If you want to be a part of the show, send us a message on Instagram or TikTok, and we'll get you on. Have a good day, guys. Have an
amazing week. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.